Hi, Tanna Marshall here with your Feel Good Friday message. And today I want to talk to you, as promised last week, about tapping, also known as EFT Emotional Freedom Technique. Now, some of you might be familiar with this, some of you might not know about this at all. And it's really a fascinating technique, and it's actually been around for a good amount of time now, about 30 years. And it was originally created by Dr. Roger Callahan, and then it was further developed by Gary Craig, who I got all my training with. And then it's really become widespread from Nick and Jessica Ortner, who created the movie The Tapping Solution. And Nick has a book by the same name. That's their website, thetappingsolution.com. Great resources there. They have a World Tapping Summit every year, which I always participate in. They have classes throughout the year, which I love to participate in because I'm always learning more. And the better I can get at this, the more I can help other people and the more I can clear out my own stuff, because the clearer I am, the better I can be for my clients and whoever I'm working with. I've been doing this for about 8 years and I've tried it on everything, and it's pretty amazing. It brings up a lot of stuff and it helps you release a lot of stuff. And it can work on anything from pain to addictions to phobias, neuroses, post-traumatic stress disorder, negative emotions, weight issues. So you can really use it on anything. And they also refer to it as psychological acupressure, because what you're doing is you're focusing on a specific issue, whatever it is. It could be physical pain, it could be an emotional issue, and you're also tapping on specific meridian points in your body, acupressure points, to help regulate your energy running through your body, because negative emotions cause your energy to get all kind of clogged up. And as Abraham likes to talk about clogged pipes, the pipes of your energy kind of get clogged up, and that can cause physical problems, emotional problems, mental problems. And so it's a really powerful combination to be addressing the thing that is bothering you or that is a problem while you're doing the tapping and releasing that energy in your body. Now, sometimes people worry, people who study the law of attraction or positive thinking, they worry about, oh my God, I can't focus on something negative because I'll attract it. Well, this is different. You're looking at it so you can clear it out. It's different from looking at something and obsessing over it and ruminating over it, and then you're really embodying the feeling of it. With this, you're looking at it, you're acknowledging it, and then you're tapping on it to release it. Because all of these things that cause problems in our body, it basically comes down to stress. So our body is holding on to all of this stress over these different issues, and it's causing these problems, whether it's physical or mental or emotional. And so we want to relieve that stress. Getting the energy freed up releases that stress, and you're able to relax. And then you're alleviated of whatever the issue is. So just as I mentioned last week, Louise Hay says you can't clean your house unless you look at the dirt and know where the dirt is. So this is the dirt that's going on in your being somewhere or another, and you're clearing it out. And it's pretty amazing. So I'm going to run you through a quick tapping session just to give you an idea of what it's about. Maybe you've heard of this, but you've never done it, so you can do it along with me. And I thought we would just focus on fear. It's a pretty universal subject that everybody has something that they fear. So I'm going to walk through the tapping points with you just so you know where they are before we get started. Now you want to use 2 fingers, it doesn't matter which 2, and we're going to start here at what they call the karate chop point. You know, it's right on the edge of your hand if you're taking karate. Hi-ya, you know, breaking a board, it's right here. So what we do, what we call the setup statement, where we say, even though I have this fear, you address your issue in there, and you follow it up with a positive affirmation. And you can vary this to whatever feels good to you. I generally start out with, even though I have this fear, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So you're acknowledging that even though you have this issue, you're saying to yourself, but it's okay. I love you anyway, even though you have this issue. We're working on releasing it, and I love you anyway right now. So that's where we start. And then we're just going to address the issue, going through all the points. So we're going to start with the inner eye up here on your eyebrows, just at the edge of your nose up there. Now I use 2 hands because I feel like it keeps me a little more balanced. You don't have to, you can use 1. That's fine. But I like to use 2, so I'll be using 2 as we do this. So it's right at the edge of your eyebrows there is the first point, and then the second point, you want to use a good amount of pressure, because the pressure is what's going to help get the energy moving. So if you're too light, nothing's going to happen. Well, it will, but it's more effective if you have a little pressure. So you want to go on the side of your eye, and we're pretty much following the bone around your eye. That makes it a little easier. And then we're going to go right under your eye on your cheekbone, and then we're going to go under your nose, and then we're going to go under your mouth at your chin, right in that little crease there. And then we're going to go at your collarbone. You want to find the little nubs at the end of your collarbones, and when you want to go just down and across about an inch, and you're going to tap there. And then the next point is under the arms, ladies. It's right in the middle of your bra strap. It's about 4 inches below your armpit, and so that's the next point. And then the last point is just the top of your head. Whew, I'm not even formally doing it. I feel energy moving already. You're going to find yourself sighing or yawning, and that means that energy is moving. So that's a really good sign. So I want you to think about something that causes you fear, that's on your mind right now, and it can be anything. It doesn't really matter what it is. This isn't anything that's going to be judged. Like, oh, that's not a good thing to focus on. Just focus on something that means something to you that you would like to release. And I want you to measure the emotional intensity of it on a scale of 1 to 10. Just note where you are with it right now. I mean, it could be debt, it could be fear of losing a loved one, it could be fear of the future. It doesn't matter. Just pick something that is significant for you that causes you an issue. It could be physical pain. So you can actually replace the wording that I'm using with something that works for you. Just follow along and do it for your own issue. And so we're going to start right here, and we're just going to start on fear. So we're going to start here and say, even though I have this fear, and I'll give you time to repeat it after me, even though I have this fear, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And again, you can repeat after me. Even though this thing scares the crap out of me, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I've had this fear for so long, I still deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I don't even know what my life would be like without this fear, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So we're going to go up to the eyebrow point now and just focus on this fear. Side of the eye. I'm so tired of being afraid. Under the eye. I'm so tired of this thing dominating my thoughts. Under the nose. I'm so tired of feeling afraid all the time. Chin. It's exhausting being afraid. Collarbone. I really wish I could release this fear. Under the arm. It would be so nice to release this fear. Top of the head. But I don't know how to release this fear. I'm going to go back to the eyebrow. This fear has been with me for so long. Side of the eye. I don't even know how to release it. Under the eye. But I can imagine how nice it would be if I could. Under the nose. Maybe I can just be willing to release it. Chin. That feels good, just being willing. Collarbone. I'm willing to release this fear. Under the arm. I'm willing to let go of it. Top of the head. I'm not sure if it'll go, but I'm willing to let it go. Eyebrow. It feels good to be willing to release this fear. Side of the eye. Feeling better right now. Wow. Under the eye. All I have to do is be willing to release it. Under the nose. And the better I feel, the more it dissipates. Chin. This fear is not as heavy as it was before. Collarbone. Maybe I can release it. Under the arm. Maybe I can let it go. Top of the head. It just feels really good to think about releasing this fear. Okay, now I want you to take a deep breath. And notice how you feel. Where are you on that scale of 1 to 10 now? You should be lower than where you were before. Now say you were an 8. Maybe you're now at a 5 or a 4. And so what we do is we just keep doing the rounds until we get it down to where we're comfortable. It doesn't always have to be down to 1 or 0. It's just where you're comfortable, where you've alleviated the emotional charge of whatever issue you're dealing with. And then you can move on to something else, because what will happen is other things will come up and you'll realize, oh, I've got this issue too. And so you can tap on that, and you can just keep going until you clear everything out, because it's kind of an evolutionary process where one thing leads to another. And then it's kind of like when you actually clean out a closet. You clean out a few things and then there's all this crap in the back and you have to start cleaning all of it out. And then once you get it out, you can organize it and it's all clean. But you have all these layers of stuff that you had to clean out first. So it's kind of the same way with this. Now with pain, I want to point out that sometimes you might be tapping on pain in a certain part of your body, and then the pain might move someplace else while you're tapping. And they call this chasing the pain. So say you have a pain in your shoulder, even though I have this pain in my shoulder, and then it moves over to your elbow. So you're going to go, even though I have this pain in my elbow, and you just keep chasing it until it's gone, because eventually you are going to chase it out of your body. So I just want you to give this a try, and you can actually go back and watch this video later and do the tapping points and put your own issues in and do it yourself. Feel free to do this whenever something comes up. It can be really, really valuable. And out in public, what I do, because obviously you don't want to be doing this in public, although it's getting more prominent, so people might be tapping everywhere in public sometime in the future, but I just do this. If I'm in the car or if I'm in a public place, I just tap really gently. And even I'll just imagine tapping, because sometimes I'll wake up with anxiety and I'm too tired to actually sit up and start tapping. So I will just imagine myself tapping, and I'll do it mentally. So that will have an effect too. So there's so many different ways that you can do this. And I just really want you to try it on whatever is happening with you, whatever issue is really bothering you, or if you've had something that's been there for so long and you really want to clear it out, this will really help. And there's so many resources online for you to check out and learn more about this. And like I said, the tappingsolution.com is a great resource. Gary Craig's website is called EMO Free. There are a lot of resources there, a lot of videos on YouTube, and but sometimes it helps to work with an EFT practitioner. And even I like working with other people sometimes, because it really helps me clear out my own stuff, because someone else sometimes can listen to what's going on with you and help you phrase things in a way that you hadn't have thought of for yourself. If you want to check it out and see how it works and try it out with someone leading you through it, I'd love to help you with that. So with that, I hope you try this, and I hope you find it effective and learn more about it and try it. Do it on anything that comes up with you, and you're going to find how beneficial it is, and you're going to find how much lighter you feel and how much your energy is shifting, and you'll start to see things change in the world around you, really, because when you change, your world changes. That's a basic knowledge of the law of attraction and energy work, is when you change, the world around you changes. So this is just a tool to help you clear out stuff that's been there for a long time, maybe stuff you didn't even know was there. So just good luck with this. Check it out. I'd love to hear from you and hear about what your experience was and how it benefited you. So have a great weekend. Tap, 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 and I'll see you next week.